Hey guys, it's Shelby with Shallot's Personal Chef Service, and today's video is dedicated to my Tuesday girls. The Tuesday girls are the Mahjong group that doesn't play Mahjong. We found out many years ago that we would bring the game and never open it. Why? Because we were too busy eating. So that's sort of been the theme of our Mahjong group that doesn't play Mahjong throughout the years. We eat lunch. We love going out to lunch. So even though maybe some girls have come and gone and whatever, but we pretty much still have the same group. And what do we eat, you might ask? We eat the same thing all the time. We have salads. Salads with dressing on the side. Although one person is quite the renegade and she does get her dressing mixed in. And then we have, of course, an unsweetened tea. So to my girls, I wish you health and much happiness, and I can't wait to see you guys because I miss you and I love you. And by the way, this is like amazing iced tea. Just in case you're interested, I made it the other day. It is a perfect peach Bigelow with a little bit of just a decaf black tea mixed in. It's amazing. Almost makes you think you're at a restaurant at home. So let's talk a little bit about salad dressings. I am self-admittedly a salad dressing snob. Don't like bottle dressings. I find that they're watery, they're either too vinegary and I get this burning feeling, or they're too sweet. And if you start reading labels, which we're gonna do when we get to our second dressing, I think you'll realize there's nothing in it that you really need to put inside of you. So I'm gonna start off with a classic French vinaigrette, and this is based on a formula. Now, the formula might change a little bit. It's not written in stone, but for the most part, this formula will work for you. And that's a 3-to-1 ratio of your oil and your acid. Now, usually I do use a vinegar. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a few minutes, but you can use lemon juice or lime juice, or mix that in as part of your acid equation with a little bit of vinegar as well. So we're gonna start out, it's a 3-to-1 ratio. So I'm gonna start out with a cup of oil, and this is where you can pull out your better quality oils. Save the other ones for your stir frying and so forth, but this is where you're gonna pull out your better ones. And I'm gonna start out with about a half a cup of oil. That's probably really plenty that I'm gonna need. And I'm going to put in, well, a quarter of a cup would be your exact 3-to-1 ratio based on a full cup. So let's put in about half of that. And today I'm going to be using a red wine vinegar oil. We're going to be completing this for a Greek salad. If you prefer a balsamic, you can use that. I do like the traditional red wine though for the Greek salad. Now, of course, we know that oil and vinegar don't particularly care for each other as oil and water, because really when you think about it, vinegar is just flavored water. They don't mix. So if you call this salad dressing, it's not. It's just oil and vinegar. We want to now create it. So what we're going to use, the magic component here to emulsify it, is mustard. Now, we're not going to put in enough mustard that it tastes like a mustard dressing, but we're going to put in a little bit, and you'll see that this will create emulsification. So I have maybe about a teaspoon or so, and we're going to whisk. Okay, now we have got a cohesive mixed product. Now we're turning it into a salad dressing, right? Now let's add a little seasoning to this. I'm gonna add a little bit of garlic. Let me give a quick rinse so we don't get mustard in our garlic. I've got, I don't know, about the same amount of garlic as I put in mustard. And because this is going to be a Greek dressing, I'm going to put in some oregano. And I have some oregano on my salad already, so I'm not going to overdo. At this point, you can add a little bit of salt and pepper. I don't want to go crazy with the salt because my Greek salad, remember my salt and pepper shaker that doesn't work? There we go. Anyway, my Greek salad has the feta, which is salty, and the olives, so I'm not going to go crazy over that. We're going to whisk. And we're going to put this aside. It's not a bad idea to make this a little bit ahead of time just so that basil, oregano, excuse me. I always think of basil first. I guess it's my herb of choice. So that the oregano can flavor the dressing. So let's just put this aside for now. Now, that was fast. It was just about as fast as going into the fridge and grabbing your bottle. Now, the next one we're going to do is a creamy dressing. And then I'm going to show you some salads, and then we're going to talk about some ways to switch it up a little bit. So the next one is a blue cheese dressing. I happen to love blue cheese. I know it's polarizing. It's sort of a love-hate for some people, but I love it. Now, without outing a big company, I want to read you the ingredients in a blue cheese dressing. Bear with me. Water, yogurt, dry milk, whey protein, gelatin, lactic acid. Finally, they think about some blue cheese. Safflower oil vinegar, pineapple juice concentrate, buttermilk powder, natural flavor. The hell's that? Salt, egg yolk, xanthan gum, onion powder, garlic powder, spice. What's that? Lactic acid and something called torula yeast. Well, I don't know about you, but that's a whole lot of stuff that I don't even know what it is, nor do I really need it. So I'm going to show you my blue cheese, which couldn't be easier. I'm going to start out with, I've got about 1/4 cup of mayonnaise here. Now, you can obviously up this recipe if you wish. And this right now, I am using the full fat mayo, but you can try using the lower fat mayo for this if you prefer. And to lighten the load, so this isn't as caloric, I've got the same amount, about 1/4 cup of non-fat Greek yogurt. And remember, I always laugh, say, remember to buy the plain, don't accidentally buy the vanilla. Okay. And we're gonna mix these. Get a good mix here so you don't have any areas that aren't combined. Voila, perfect. And now we're gonna add our blue cheese. It's about, for this proportion, for the 1/4 cup of each, the mayo and the yogurt, you use about 2 ounces. Let me move this. About 2 ounces of blue cheese. You can use a gorgonzola. This one, it says buttermilk blue from Oregon. And let's chop it up. And one of the nice things about making your own is that you can put in the big chunks. When you get the bottled stuff, those chunks, they really seem to disappear. And I like the chunks. It's like finding a treasure. And of course, you can always add a little more blue cheese if this isn't enough. Add this in. Yum. Okay. One more little piece. I'm going to grab a paper towel just to wipe my fingers because the cheese is sticky. And let's give this another mix. And I'm not going to add any salt to this. The cheese is quite salty, but I am going to add some pepper because I do like a hit of pepper in it. And believe it or not, that's it. This is the most delicious blue cheese dressing. It tastes just like you get at a steakhouse. Now, I would possibly make this about a half an hour ahead of time. Not mandatory, but once again, you want that blue cheese to really infuse with this to give it a good hearty flavor. Ladies and gentlemen, that's your salad dressing. So before we move on, I do want to just bring up a couple of other things. For your vinaigrettes, there are millions of combinations you can do. If you want like an Italian flavored salad, you could do some chopped anchovy. I know some of our restaurants in Little Italy do Romano dressings where they take this exact dressing. They would mix in a lot of powdered Romano cheese in there. That's delicious. If you want, you can infuse so many different type of herbs. I have herbs de Provence here, which is a mixture of French herbs that is delicious in here. You can, of course, use some finely chopped herbs as well. Some chopped shallots, sun-dried tomatoes. In fact, with sun-dried tomatoes, add a little bit of the oil that they're in, and that would be a fabulous salad, especially if you would prefer to use balsamic vinegar. As you see, this has still stayed emulsified, even though we've had it sitting here a few minutes. So let me, almost forgot these. Two more things I want to tell you about. The fruit vinegars, these are fabulous. If you have a salad, like a spring salad with chopped cranberries and apricots and pecans, these are terrific type dressings we can create with a mild olive oil. And then we're going to use, this is a strawberry vinegar. This one is an orange balsamic vinegar, which is really terrific. So kind of keep those in mind. They make a fabulous dressing. And you're not adding in a ton of sugar, but you're getting that fresh, sweet taste. This is also something that I thought is fun. This is a truffle honey. If you wanted a sweeter dressing, this is an interesting product. Just throw a little bit of this inside your vinaigrette. Really would be an interesting dressing, and I guarantee you, you're not going to find that anywhere else. So now let's finish up the salads that we are talking about. The first one is a Greek salad. And I'm just going to drizzle this dressing on the top. Now, if you want to serve it on the side, you might, or if you want to toss it, that's up to you. I have some chopped romaine, tomatoes, two kinds of peppers, cucumbers, olives. What else did I forget here? Oh, and very, very thinly sliced onion. I don't like big pieces of raw onion in my mouth. I don't think most people do. So if you're going to use raw onion, please slice it thin. Now, I had a cooking instructor years ago. She used to take that sliced onion and put it right in her dressing to infuse the dressing, and it also made the onions taste delicious. So that is one of our salads. And let me show you the next. This salad is going to be for the blue cheese. It is one on Bib lettuce. We have roasted beets, roasted red skin potatoes, a little bit of shredded carrot, and I'm going to add to that first I'm going to put my dressing on because I think it's going to be prettier this way. And this might not be the prettiest utensil, so I apologize for that. I would probably use a better spoon, but you'll forgive me. You get the gist of this. Let's get those good chunks because everybody likes the chunks. Blue cheese has certain things that just works beautifully with. One is tomatoes. These beets and blue cheese are fabulous. And next I'm going to add some scallions. Some chopped bacon. Obviously this is optional for those who don't indulge. But blue cheese and bacon are delicious together. And I have some toasted walnuts to complete this salad. Yum, this looks good enough for lunch. And that is it. So I'm just gonna finish this off with a little more pepper. And that is the second salad that we have to show you today. So before I conclude, I just hope that number one, you'll start thinking about making your own dressings. You saw that they are so simple. Number two, this is for all my gals out there and everybody else's gals, whether you're book club people or mahjong or you play tennis or pickleball. I know everybody's missing each other. So to all the strong women out there who help keep us sane, hopefully see you soon. Bye-bye.